All right, friends, Greg Meriwether here in the First Alert Desk. We're trying to work out a few cross wires here, but I think we are up and running now. We've got that situation going on in Iberville Parish. 2 deputies were shot there, both in very bad shape. One of them was described as fighting for his life. The other is the sheriff's own son, Brett Stassi Jr., of course, the longtime sheriff out there, Brett Stassi, so plenty of heavy hearts there in Iberville Parish. We do know that the suspect in all of this was killed. I'll show you some video that we had just from the scene just a little bit earlier. Let me see if I can pull this up for you. This is what it looked like literally just a few moments ago, and I'll get you to it right there. So again, this is right outside of the Iberville Parish courthouse. It appears that they were booking in a suspect. We have a few details on that we're working out. And apparently, according to investigators, he somehow had a gun, had access to a gun, was able to fire off some shots. Again, he has been killed. We don't know if it was by the deputies, if they were able to get off a shot, or if it was self-inflicted. Now, so this is video of them obviously rushing deputies and all sorts of activity there at the crime scene. Our Dion Guillory is also live out there for us right now. I'm going to bring him in. Dion, what can you tell us kind of the scene there outside the courthouse?
Yeah, Greg, there are several people who keep walking by us. So we are on Court Street, which is right on the side of the courthouse. But I want to show you that there's still a lot of activity happening out here. You can see the flashing lights. You can see the emergency vehicles. There's also a fire truck out here that was in the process of leaving, but it hasn't left yet. So this is what's been going on here. We've been out here probably about maybe 45 minutes. And this has been pretty much the scene since we've gotten out here. Now, there have been some people who have no association with the courthouse or know anything about the situation that happened that were just being curious and wanting to see what was going on. So I informed them with the information that we had about the 2 deputies being shot while trying to book a suspect and the suspected shooter shooting them and being subsequently killed. I told them those things, and none of the people want to go on camera to express their frustration and their sadness about what happened, but they were just saying that things like this don't happen here. They don't happen in Iberville Parish, especially here at the courthouse. But you can see there's still a lot of activity out here as these investigators really continue to look into what happened. We don't know how the suspected shooter got the gun to shoot the 2 deputies. Those details will most likely come out later on as the investigation continues to unfold. But there was a family of 4 who were out here just moments ago. Not sure of their connection, but they walked down the street. They were told by deputies not to cross the yellow tape, which is, that police tape that we also don't cross because that can compromise the investigation. But they walked down the street and then they came back this way, pretty angry, upset about something, not sure what may have been told to them or what they were saying, but that is the situation here. But of course, we are going to continue to stay on this. As you can see, it's still active out here. And Greg, you've covered these situations before where, there's a crime scene and there's law enforcement. These investigations can take quite a while.
They absolutely can, Dion, and unfortunately, we're just getting some breaking details in here that one of the deputies involved has died. Our Chris Nakamoto is reporting that tonight, that one of the deputies that was shot in all of this has died. Dion, thank you very much. We will see you at the top of our 10 o'clock broadcast, or if we need to, any other details out here. Thank you very much for just bringing us up to date as best we can. So again, the unfortunate headline out of this evening right now as we speak to you at about 9:22 is that the 2 deputies that were shot, we know that the suspect was killed, and now we're hearing that one of the deputies has also died. It's kind of a tough one there for the law enforcement community as they try to grapple with that. It appears that they were trying to book the suspect into the courthouse there on a number of charges. We'll get more updated details on that as we get them. But again, one of the deputies who earlier we had described as fighting for his life has apparently passed away because of being shot there at the courthouse. The last thing we had heard on the other deputy was that he was also in bad shape, but they were able to stabilize him at the emergency room. We're hoping that that is good news. That is not always the best news, but we're hoping. It definitely doesn't mean that they're out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination. Keep in mind that we've had 2 people that were shot out there, and one of them has died. The other one, as our first responders try their best to save his life as best they can. I will tell you that at the top of the hour, we'll have our Dion Guillory back out there over on WAFB. If you're watching this here on the stream, we'll also have that for you as well, so you can stay up to date on exactly what will happen with that. Here again is just some of the video and some of the activity. You don't need me to tell you, but if you can, try to avoid that area out there as best you can to let the law enforcement officers do their job. Of course, there are a lot of homes and stuff right there around the courthouse. It's not like the courthouse here in Baton Rouge, where it's kind of in a downtown business area. There's still a lot of activity, still a lot of people coming and going, and then obviously when you add in all of this, it is that much more. So the unfortunate headline is one of our deputies there in Iberville Parish has been killed tonight. The suspect also killed. It's unclear if he was killed by, he was definitely killed by a gunshot wound. It's unclear if he killed himself or if the deputies were able to get off a shot. As far as the other deputy, again, he's been stabilized, but nowhere near out of the woods just yet. Folks, as soon as we get details, we'll of course post them here. We'll send you out an alert on your phone just to remind you again of what the sad situation is and what they're dealing with there in Iberville Parish. But for right now, that's the way things stand. I'll see you here in about 30 minutes or so. If we get any other details or something else that we think that is important enough for you to know, we'll send out an alert to you and you can watch it again right here. We will be back very shortly. Until then, I hope you have a good rest of your evening.